Hey everyone, and welcome to my 1930s sewing video. I am excited and scared to do this. I'm excited because it's something new. I'm scared because I've never done anything like this. So I know, like on my previous video, I wasn't going to cut out the pattern. I was going to trace it and not cut it out. I've decided that I'm just going to cut it out. I've kind of ruined the instructions. They're very delicate, so I'm just going to cut it out. And then I'm going to cut it out of my fabric, and then hopefully these instructions are enough for me. I've never made a lot of this stuff, so it's pretty new to me. Of course, I use something like crate, something that moves around a lot. I should just probably stuck with cotton. Here we go. So I had a viewer say that it should be, your notion should be on reminder on here, and there is no reminder. There's nothing. There is just no notions. I got these buttons in the mail, and I think they're too small, but we'll see. I want to do pearl ones in the back because I didn't really want to match the button because it's a weird color. So I was like, pearl ones would be nice, but I got 1/2 inch and I just don't think they're big enough. Or maybe they'll just be fine. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow. I think they all came like this. Modern patterns are just one giant sheet, or maybe there's 2 giant sheets and you have to cut all around it. I don't know if this is normal, so I don't know if they're supposed to come this way or if it was a giant sheet. I mean, this is nice. This is really nice that I don't have this huge sheet that I have to mess with. So if this is how it came, I kind of wish they came like this again. I would totally be for this. Oh, they don't smell good though. I smell old. This is a collar. This is a cuff. This is a cuff. Skirt yoke. Another skirt yoke back. Peplum front. Peplum. Skirt yoke. Wow, there is lots. The sleeve. I don't want to rip it. There's sleeve. Oh, here's another one. A darted sleeve. What's a dart sleeve? What is going on? How many sleeves are there? Whole belt. Whole inside belt. There's a lot of pieces. These are really small. Lower pocket band. I don't know what that is. Upper pocket band. Lower pocket band. And here's an upper one. Oh man, I'm in trouble. Here's another peplum back. I feel like they're repeating. Blouse front. The skirt. This is a lot of pieces. To be faced for short sleeve. Sleeve seam circle. Oh, this is making me nervous. For dart sleeve. For opening leave left side free above circle. Oh gosh. Center back, place this line on the fold. Sew pockets on these lines. For a hem. To be faced. Fasten buckle here. See, there was no buckle either. Because there's no notions. Whole inside belt. For skirt. I wonder if these have seam allowances. What is this? I just don't want to rip it. Skirt. Oh, they're pleats. Oh yeah, they're pleats. Yay for pleats. One of the things, oh, it does say, okay, good. It says cut 2 pieces. I thought it didn't have that. Side seam at circle, and it's a center front. Wow. It doesn't tell me how many times I have to cut this. It doesn't say cut 2, place on the fold. So you only cut 1. So if it's a cut 1, they won't tell you it's a cut 1. They'll just assume that you know it's a cut 1. Interesting. Man, that's a big piece of fabric. Okay, now I'm wondering if I have it wide enough. I don't know. Okay, well, we'll see. This is on the fold. This has to be... How did they do it if it was only 34 inches? It'll make sense, hopefully. I'm not a big pleater. It's gonna be interesting. I don't do a lot of them. I think they're kind of finicky. And you have to be very precise or they don't look good. I'm kind of excited that it didn't come in a big sheet. So that's new. It came in all these, just these little things. I wish they'd do this today. And then I don't have to like wrestle with big giant sheets trying to find where I'm going or where I'm going. So I don't have to find which pattern piece is for what. So this is all just nicely cut. I can pick whatever sleeve I want. What is going on? How many sleeves are there? It's all cut out. Don't have to play. Don't have to figure it out. So my next step is to iron these. I need to iron them because some of them are very wrinkly. Then I can be able to cut around them precisely. And then next step is to get that crepe out, cut this out of the crepe, and get sewing, I guess. So all the pattern pieces are pressed, but I noticed numbers on the patterns. I don't know if you can see this. This says 13 on this side, 17, 18, 13, and 14. And I'm going, what are these numbers? Modern patterns don't have numbers. I knew they had to mean something. It's kind of awesome. Step by step, they have all these numbers on them that coincide with the instructions. That's brilliant. So I'm sewing number 13. I look at number 13, join seam sleeve. So if I don't know what a seam sleeve is, I can look on the pattern and tell me, which is kind of really cool. Because if you're like, what is a side seam? It'll tell you what a side seam is. That's awesome. So the seam allowance is also built in. I like it when it's already in, and it's a 1/2 inch, which is also different from modern patterns, which modern patterns are 5/8. These are 1/2 inch. I also noticed I'm pressing this plain sleeve and there's instructions on how to put a sleeve in on the pattern. I always just cut out the pattern and then like fold it up and put it away. I don't ever really keep patterns out, but they have instructions. So this one is how to sew sleeve into armhole, which is pretty cool. They're also gather between here. This would also be on the instructions in a modern pattern. So a lot of the instructions are built onto the pattern, which I find is so weird. It's just interesting. Like it's a doubler to be faced. Also has number 12. So this goes to instruction 12. I just can't believe how much instructions are on these. I can't fold it up and put it back. I have to keep it out so that I know what I'm doing. So yeah, another thing that's completely different is the instructions actually on the pattern. I've decided, actually I still don't know. I'm not sure what sleeve I'm going to do. I would like to do a long one, but I'm not sure if I have enough fabric. I should, but the pleated dress is scaring me because it's a big pattern piece. So I'm going to cut around these. I've pressed them all. They didn't want to press out. Some of them didn't. I guess it's just because they're old. Some of them did not like it. Let's get over to cutting the pattern out, and then I'm going to get to cutting the fabric out. I told you I'd be true to the instructions. I do it just like the 1930s, and this is something that I should do, and I want to do. In reading the instructions, there's this double-edged, like the cut line is doubled. I'm not sure what this means, so I look up in the instructions, and it says to cut the pattern and material through the white center of the double lines. Do not cut off the margin before cutting material. The margin falls away as you cut through pattern and material. I don't understand why they're doing that way. I'm confused. I like to trace on my pattern before I cut it out. I feel like there's less mistakes. I have more control over it, but this doesn't want me to do that. I was cutting it out. I was like, no, let's do it the way we're supposed to do. I'm gonna go grab my fabric and I'm gonna cut them both out together, I guess. And I'm gonna start with the biggest piece so I make sure that I have everything. I would love to do the long sleeve, but we'll see. Let's go get the fabric. Okay, so I cut out all of my blue pieces And I realized that I didn't want the entirety of the dress to be blue, because that's a lot of blue. So I thought that I should probably switch it up somehow. And so I ordered white fabric from the same place from Turkey. I thought the belts, the cuffs, and the collar would be nice in white. So it's kind of breaking up the blue. And then I have white buttons for the back, which I figured out what size I need because they have the buttonhole markings on the back and they are 3/4. So I need 3/4 inch buttons. Pearl ones I think would look really pretty with this, but this will also break up the back. So the back will have white buttons, white belts, white cuffs, and a white collar. So let's get cutting out that, and then I'll be actually ready for sewing. It's very daunting because of all of the pleats. Oh, they're pleats! And not working with such great fabric. It slips easy, crepe does. So let's get cutting out the white, the cuffs, the collar, and the belts. So I just got done cutting out and marking everything. And then I'm just kind of perusing the pattern going, there's just so much missing that I wish would be in the pattern. Like this upper pocket band, all the direction says is sew upper pocket to bands, making a lapped seam, and then position, and then sew to pocket. But it doesn't tell me that I need to finish this with it, like, it can't be raw. It needs to have a concealed edge. And so you have to sew this and then turn it. And it's just, there's just so much missing. If you don't know what you're doing, this would be just difficult. Yeah, we've gotten really not necessarily lazy, but patterns nowadays explain way more what you're doing. Thank goodness. I mean, I don't usually follow patterns so precise, but I will look them over and go, okay, this is how you want me to put it together. Because there's so many different ways you can put things together. This is way beyond anything that this is going to be hard. It's going to be hard pattern to follow, to understand. I'm going to do the best I can. It's a doozy. Everything's marked, except the skirt and the pleats. Yay for pleats. I'll get to that here soon. I'm just going to concentrate on the top first. And then the skirt, which is a total of 3 instructions. But it has so many pleats. So many pleats. Wish me luck. Here we go. Let's start sewing. Well, thanks for watching the unpacking of the pattern and the cutting out. I'm going to split it into 2 videos so I have enough time to do the assembly. I have a feeling it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be hard. So stay tuned to watch me assemble a 1930s dress. It's going to be hard. Super nervous for it, but I think it'll be good. It's going to be hard.